Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Coffee Break. This is Dr. Michele Alignay. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat, mga mommies, mga ates, mga titas, dads, and whoever are you who are listening to this live stream for this afternoon. I'm going to talk about a very special topic, a topic that is very close to my heart and still in the spirit of Mother's Day, Mother's Month. I would like us to go deeper into the topic motherhood and midlife. So join me for the rest of the session for the next few minutes to be able to dissect and for you to be able to understand this topic that I am so passionate about. Okay, so please tag your friends, share this to family and friends who just might need to understand what is happening to mothers, to us who are already in the stage of midlife, but kailangan nating mas maintindihan yung sarili natin habang nagpapalaki tayo sa ating mga anak na most of the mothers who are going through midlife, it's possible that their kids are also in their adolescence, meaning their teenage life. So, ay hindi na ako magpapa ligoy-ligoy pa. I would like to ask you if you are here, the mommies who are here, hi Miss Amy, and the other mommies, just say hi if you are here already, and then share with me, do you think that you are in your midlife? Doc, paano ba namin ma-define kung ano yung nasa yung midlife? Most of the things that I'm going to share with you are from my book. This is my book. It's called The Beauty of 40, Unwrapping the Gift of Midlife. The thing with my book is that it dissected so many areas of midlife. It hopes to collapse so many things about midlife para mas maintindihan natin yung sarili natin, para mas makita natin kung nasan tayo. And I know that many of people my age, marami sa atin, makaka-relate tayo with the topic that I will be dissecting. So, and that's what I would like you to join me for this afternoon's conversation. So, kailangan talaga may maganda kang kape at meron kang isang or cooler to cool you down because really, what's the thing that I know this is not a very popular topic kasi alam nyo ang mas madalas ko nga marinig na tanong is that bakit ganon bakit yung midlife? Pwede naman akong hindi mag-midlife, 'di ba? Um, all of us will go through midlife and I just would like to quantify this for those of you who don't know. Lahat tayo magdadaan sa midlife because midlife is the stage of being in the stage called middle adults, right? Developmentally, meron tayong young adult when we were like in their early 20s to their mid 30s. And then pag pumasok na yung parang we are already in our late 30s, things are different. Nag-iiba yung mga bagay. So that's when things that are non-issue before becomes issue. So sisipa yan between late 30s to yung 40s. Kaya yung iba nga sabi nila, life begins at 40. That's why my book, The Beauty of 40, Unwrapping the Gift of Midlife, the 40 there, it's actually the icon only. But it's really about midlife. The 40 kasi they said life begins at 40. Yes, because a new life begins at 40. So either you are already in this stage, 40 and beyond. Hanggang kailan ba yan? Midlife na yan. Yung iba, they go through it until 50. And even if you're beyond 50, because the middle of life, the midlife, it's the middle of life that is supposed to prepare you for your senior life, for the later life, for the work that, for the golden years, ika nga. So, kaya siya, and that's what I would like you to understand for this afternoon. So, I would like us to look into two things. What happens to the mom, happens to us mothers, and what happens to the kids during midlife. Okay, so are you with me? Midlifer friends. I know most of you who are I know that most of you who are watching are actually the people my age because well I see it in the data that I can access through this Facebook page. But if you see it, most of you are already in your late 30s. Say present nga kung nandito kayo sa edad na to. For those of you who are watching, say present. Wag nyo lang i-press yung heart para alam ko yung mga pinanggagalingan nating lahat. Most of you are already here and many of you also are in your 40s until 50s. So, huwag tayong mahiya na andito tayo sa edad na to. Yes na yes. So, see, you are all here. And this is what I would like to you to look into. First thing, we're going to dissect some things. Oh, cannot find the tip of my microphone. It's okay. Um, the first thing that I would like you to look into is the age. Ano yung edad? Kaya ang sabi ko, midlife is actually we start pre-midlife at about 36, 37. 36, 37, that's pre-midlife. And then it kicks in sometime about 39, 40. Ayan, nagsisimula na tayo dyan. And then, it can it linger? Yes, it can linger until we're the whole stretch of our 40s, like where I am now, and it can also stretch some more until 50. But does it have to be a crisis? Lahat tayo magdadaan sa midlife, but it's not necessarily a crisis for everyone. Kaya you get my book. Friends, I would like you to read, for those of you who doesn't have it, please get my book because it will explain to you uh, what happens in midlife. It will explain to you na hindi ko kayang explain dito. Okay? So, going through this, I would like you to same age tayo, Doc. Meron akong college friend ng kabatch mo daw nung high school. Sino kaya yan? I-PM mo sa akin yan, Catherine. Or itag mo siya dito. Sige, itag mo siya rito. Yung college friend mong yan. Nakabatch ko ng high school. Yes, so mothers, most of us who are mothers at this age, we are already at our technically 36 to 50. Why? Because our kids are actually starting their puberty. Kung tayo nandun sa edad na 36 to 50, most of our kids are already puberty, meaning 13, 12, 13, 14, diba? So for me, my kids are turning 15 and turning 12. So ito yun, eksakto, puberty or adolescence. So both of this stage, the teenagers and the midlifers, are actually the stage of transition. Can you say that with me? Transition. Huwag niyo kakalimutan yan. Bakit critical tong transition ages na to? Because it's like passing through a bridge. The teenagers are passing through a bridge between childhood that is so dependent on the parents, childhood, and they're transitioning to adulthood. At yung transition na yan, maiksi lang yan, mga 8 years lang yan. And it's critical because they're trying to get to know who they are and their place in the world during the age of adolescence. Kaya nga siya, hindi tayo magtatagal ng pagiging teenagers, right? And the thing is with midlifers, if the teenager is at that age, we're also in the transition. We're transitioning from being young adults na parang we're so gung-ho with the world, and then all of a sudden, bakit ganito yung nararamdaman ko? Bakit ganito yung choices ko? Bakit hindi na nakakapagpasaya sa akin yung mga dating gusto kong gawin? There's like that. It's something that it's developmental actually. And both of these two, either the teenager and the midlifers, friends, are you still with me? If you're in this stage, please tell me I am in this stage. Please put that in the comment section. This is also the time that we also have hormonal changes. That's the age of hormonal changes. Our kids, they're in their adolescence, puberty. Ay, nako, di ba? Nagbibinata, sabi nga, or nagdadalaga. They have a lot of hormonal changes. Same with us. Hindi tayo nagbibinata, hindi tayo nagdadalaga, but our hormones could be changing, especially if we're already in our late 40s. So, dyan papasok yung sinasabi na menopause or andropause because the hormones that is not in our control are already changing. That is why age is very critical. At I would like to tell you, nagsasabay po ito most of the time ha. Most of the time, kung hindi kayo sobrang agang nagkaanak or hindi kayo sobrang late nagkaanak, nagsasabay. Yes, May, pareho kaming hormonal ng bagets. True. True yan. True lalo yan. Pareho tayo with our bagets, di ba? So, there you go. So, I would like you to understand that na minsan parang pag may reaction yung anak, parang mami, ganyan. Parang all of a sudden, iba yung nangyari. Di ba, for some of us, we tend to react, aba, ganyan ka makasagot. But honestly, hindi rin nila alam kung anong nangyayari sa kanila. And honestly, tayo rin, hindi rin natin alam kung anong nangyayari sa atin kasi parang, uy, saan galing yung emosyon na yun? Hindi ko naman siya nararamdaman dati, pero bakit nararamdaman ko siya ngayon? That's a critical thing. The next one, I would like you to realize also that mga nakaka-relate, please press heart at taas ang kamay like Joanne SC. Thank you, Joanne. So the next thing, activities. The activities that we have. So A, age. The second is activities. Uh, Sheila, this is so amazing. Thank you for doing this. Got your book from NBS Glorieta. It's out of stock somewhere. Well, I put here the in this post the where you can get it. It's available at Facebooks, and you can also get it at a discounted price because there's a promo if you bundle it with my other book, The Beauty of 40. Thank you, Sheila, and thank you for making it a gift to friends. Yes, you know, I have a lot of women hoarding that book, The Beauty of 40. Tapos binibigay nila sa mga kaibigan nila para may sharing daw sila at ninanamnam nila kung ano yung mga realizations about midlife. So the next thing, as una age, the next is activities. And what about the activities? As mom, what are your activities as a mother? Can you just share with me? What are you busy about as a mother, as a woman? Can you put that in the comment section? As a woman in their late 30s or 30s or 40s or 50s, ano ang pinagkakaabalahan nyo ngayon? Can you just tell me what are you busy about? Jean, maganda yung tanong mo, hormonal changes, yan sabi ni husband. How to bridge this po? Sometimes, you just need to for me you just need to step back. That awareness na alam mo na pareho kayo may hormonal changes, that is really a way for you to step back. Yan, working out or do something else. Kaya pupunta tayo, activities. The activities here, friends, what are your activities as a mother? Because honestly, how we lived our life when the kids are younger, when our kids are in their I call this is called the active parenting stage when we were 0 to about 12. We're really hands-on, diba? We're really hands-on. So lahat, Jessie, I think you're in this age or you're busy decluttering because most of the things that you are doing for your kids, it's simply because your kids are younger. But come that age, when your kids are bigger, they don't even want you to go inside their room. They do not want us to choose clothes for them. They we cannot force them all the time to do this, do that, but we need to actually collaborate with them. So precious, you're busy managing the house, studies, and homeschool. And come to think of it, the level that we are involved in our kids' life is very much different from how we are when we are already at midlife and our kids are already in their puberty and in their teenage years. So Heidi, you're saying you have a 4-year-old toddler and a full-time mom and you're 41. Yes, you're midlifing, but you're in midlife, but you have a different uh, age 4 pa lang yung toddler mo, so hindi pa yan nagpo-puberty. So let me just go through with you kung ano yung mga yes, Jessie, start na ako niyan, unti-unti na until they don't need me. That is why I would like to check because at this age that your kids are teenagers, they would like other things other than family and us. 'Di ba? May ibang plano yan. Kahit, you're so cute, Gladys. Jay, Bob, you are watching. So both of you are watching. Hi, Gladys and Jay. I miss you too. Uh, if you would realize that the outside world is the focus of teenagers, their friends, movies, other things. And the funny thing is that meron pa tayong tag. Kaya friends, ito yung critical that during midlife, it's an issue for us. How come my kids do not need me? How come parang wala na akong purpose? It becomes a crisis when we pin down, we focus all our activities, all our schedule, all our efforts, and even yung buo nating pagkatao, kahit na may trabaho tayo, gusto natin ariglado. No harm if we are like this for our children. But at a certain level that we need to slowly let go, especially when our kids are asking us to let go already, we have to slowly do it so that our kids can breathe and we can get our life also, we can get a life of our own. Because in all honesty, I always share this to family, to friends, that the we have to remember that there will come a time that our kids will no longer need us. Hindi nila tayo kailangan nila tayo, yes, but not in a way that we have been used to when they were young. So, in midlife, this stage, we are already in our 40s, the mom and the kids have varied activities. Kaya it's good for us to check ourselves. Does my kid still need me the same way as they need me before? Or is it okay to pick up life again, to pursue other interests other than them, to do to pursue a career again, to redo a career again? That is why what I notice is that many mothers go through a personal crisis when their kids are already in college. Parang college na gusto pa nilang samahan yung anak nila pagpasok. They would like to win life for their kids. Why? I hate to be the bearer of this, but I need to be blunt with you, friends. If we put all our energies in being a mother only, but we forget ourselves in the process, we forget we have talents, we forget that we have other activities that we can pursue, that all the activities that we would like, gusto natin kasama yung anak natin, or gusto natin, sasamahan natin yung anak natin sa lahat ng activities nila. Our lives are becoming so enmeshed in being a mom, then it's critical, especially when this stage comes that our children, our teenagers would need us less, and that is why we need to check our activities. So if your kids are young, this is really the natural phase. But if your kids are bigger and you cannot find yourself in the equation, and then that's when you start shooting yourself those question marks, nasan ako? And that's the activities and midlife of the moms and the kids. So that the first one, it's age, and it's the second one is their activities, and the third one is actually awareness. So it's another A. So there's the age, there's the activities, and then there's the awareness. um, you have to be aware of where you are. As I told you, you have to check your schedule. Puno ba to ng puro para sa anak ko o meron para sa akin? Walang masama if we are so doting and we are so involved in our kids. But as I said, at a certain age, especially when our kids need us less, we need to pick up life again. So we need to check, we have to be aware of our identity, our roles, ourselves, our abilities, our dreams, our own dreams for ourselves, and our well-being. Kailangan natin ma-check yon. Why did I say that we have to be really aware of our identity all over again? Because if you see, friends, that the midlife is actually for the kids. They are actually moving towards self-awareness. Kaya hindi nyo napansin yung mga teenagers natin, parang sumasagot na sila, or parang lagi silang mainitin ng ulo, iba yung gusto, because in developmental psychology, they are actually developing a sense of identity, somebody that is apart from family, somebody apart from the school, but built by the school and built by the family. Are you picking me up? Na-impluensyahan na natin, na-hone na natin sila, at unti-unti silang kumakawala, unti-unti silang binubuo yung sarili nila. And that's sad. That's the natural process. The problem happens when a mother like us, or especially, I'm talking about mothers, the mothers that her sense of identity, hindi niya ma-let go yung anak. So, naka-infuse yung identity ng anak dun sa identity ng nanay. If we are the hovering moms, kung ano yung gusto natin, yun ang gusto natin ipasunod sa anak natin. Anak, kunin mo to. Anak, gawin mo to. High school na hindi pa tayo makapag-let go. Pati pag-enroll at paghanap ng course sa college, gusto natin tayong pipili. Hindi ka pwede dyan sa eskwelahan na yan kasi ganyan. Hindi ko gusto yung course mo kasi wala kang career dyan. Nothing wrong with giving authority. Nothing wrong with giving input. But where is in the equation? How will are we able to allow our children, our teenagers, to develop who they are in the process? Because in all honesty, we will not going to live forever. Our kids, well, we hope that our kids would outlive us, but the funny thing is that we cannot make them too dependent on us to the point that they can no longer breathe, they can no longer live, and they can no longer find themselves without us telling them. Kaya yun yung awareness, napakataas nun, friends. If there's something that we need to look into again. And in the process na yung teenager, hinahanap niya kung sino siya ng midlife, ay ng teenage stage. Yung nanay, alam nyo, pati yung tatay, hinahanap din nila kung sino sila because midlife is actually the re-evaluation of our true identity. Kaya marami sa atin, magre-resign ba ako or lilipat ako ng work? Ano ba? Ito ba talaga yung gusto kong trabaho? Bakit ako nagkakaganito? May kabuluhan ba? Or if we are the achiever, parang na-achieve ko na lahat ng gusto ko. What else do I need to offer? What else can I do? Am I making sense? Ano yung mga nararamdaman nyo, friends? Minsan parang we are left with questions. Can you share with me that at this age, ano yung parang hindi mo naisip dati? Totoo bang ito ba talaga yung gusto ko? Yan, yung mga ganyan tanong. Because we need to be aware. We need to be aware of who we are because we need to allow our kids to be aware of who they are. And that's a beautiful complementary process. Pero alam niyo, friends, napakahirap na proseso yon. Kasi only a mature mother and a mature person would know when to step back. Kasi kung hindi tayo mature at ang identity natin ay naka-anchor sa anak at sa pagiging nanay, ha. I'm saying this critically. If our identity is anchored in being a mother and in our child, then how will it be when our kids would leave? How would it be when our kids go to college? How will it be when our kids need to have a life of their own? Who will we become? So, one thing that we can do is know when we need to step aside so our kids will bloom. And we need to be aware when to step aside because we need to rebuild our midlife self. You see what I mean? We need to rebuild our midlife self. That person who might be wanting so much, but she had kids, she have to work. That could be the person that you would rebuild again when she turned to midlife. You slowly pick up the pieces again. Diba, Chessie? We need to be aware of who, yeah, this is a quotable quote from me today. We need to be aware of who we are so that our kids can be aware of who they are. And I think our kids would appreciate if we are we are aware of who we are. Kasi parang, okay, alam ng anak natin kung emosyon ba natin yun or emosyon nila. And we know how we can say sorry if we are at fault. Anak, I'm sorry, mom is going through something. And that is really awareness. It takes a lot of maturity and awareness to be able to allow this process, a beautiful process to happen. And I think that midlife, it's the best time for that. That's why maybe the Lord allowed midlife to happen to us. It's really the stage for me of filtering what is important, and that awareness, it's awareness of what is critical for us. That's the second thing. And then the fourth one, so there's age, There's activities. The third one, awareness, friends. Is this helpful for you? If this is helpful for you, you can press heart, you can press like, and you tell me it's helpful. You can send stars if you wish to. It's more than welcome. Another thing is ability. Kaya many women at this age, lalo na yung mga nag-college na yung anak, wala na akong ipaghahanda ng ulam, wala na akong yahatid sundo, bakit parang hindi na nila kailangan, anak wala ka bang lakad, yahatid kita, parang gusto natin gumawa ng things for them. But in reality, we always have, the mother is also checking her ability. Why is it ability? Our ability to connect with our kids as another person. Are we able to do that? It's very critical na parang yung level of relationship natin with our children is very different from our level of relationship with them when they were younger, right? And another thing is that the mother is also checking her ability. Ito na lang ba yung pwede kong gawin? Or can I do more? I think I'm good at this something when I was younger. Can I rekindle myself again? There you go. So it's something that we need to do. And the child actually is also checking their ability, their direction in life. Kasi tandaan nyo, they are also checking their ability to be someone. They're checking their ability if they're capable of making decisions already, being capable of uh, taking consequences of their actions, being capable of relating to other people, being capable of being out there in the world. Parang all honesty, parang that ability, minsan yung ability natin is a mother, we cannot check it unless we have confrontations and encounters with our kids. Ako dyan ko yung nakikita that our kids mirror our abilities. That are we able to say sorry? Are we able to be humble? Are we be able to admit that uh, hey, I need to go back to this again. And as our kids pursue who they are, maybe look for a career direction, maybe, especially now it's summer, to tap into their talents. It's nice also to realize that this is the stage for us to get to know our abilities once more. I remember I'm into, as I mentioned many times, and I'm still thinking if I'm going to do this full blown. I'm into soaping and I'm into making candles and balms. And then I love doing it because ever since I was little, I'm really into craft. I'm really into making. I'm really into pananahe, embroidery, all this cutting thing. And now that if, before I had my kids, I'm into beadwork. I do accessories. But when I have my kids and when I have my career as a counselor and eventually as a college, I'm into this psychology, I shelved it. I shelved it because for me, but it's just a hobby. But you know what? Now it's coming back. It's coming back to me that it's something that is part of me, and that is where midlife is. A part of you will come back. A real part of you will come back. So it takes also a lot of our awareness to be able to check on our abilities. Ginamit ko ba yung abilidad ko para mapalago ko yung buhay ko? Ginamit ko ba to sa ikagaganda ng pamilya ko? Or did I use my talents and abilities to serve other people? No matter what it is, it's our ability as a person, our talents and uniqueness, ability as a mother, and I believe hindi siya harang eh. It will complement because if we parents are able to check and be aware and use our abilities, our kids will see it. And it's easy for us to encourage them, hey, use your abilities well because they are given to you for a purpose. They are God's gift to you. You are unique because of all this that you have, and so we should use it. So that's ability, and it will be a nice career path for our kids. Sometimes me and my kids, pag may moments sila, it's we started talking about career at grade, I think when Maia was about grade 3, she started asking me, Mom, why are you taking your PhD? Mom, what happens ba after you take college, and how do you choose the college course? Mom, how do you choose the college course? How will I know that's the course for me? She just finished grade 5. I don't know if she remembers that conversation, but that for me alone, she sees me using the talents that I have and tapping my ability it's actually journeying with her to get to know herself also. So, it's a win-win thing, friends. So, yung mga abilities na yan, kaya yung binigay ni Lord ay hindi lang para itago sa cabinet ng ating consciousness, but for us to use it. So, bring it out, ladies. Bring it out, moms. Bring it out, dads. Sayang yung oras kasi nasa bahay pa rin naman tayo ngayon. It's something that we can do. And lastly, so I started talking about midlife and motherhood. The first one is age. The second is activities. The third is awareness. The fourth is our abilities. It's our ability check. Ginamit mo ba? May pinagkahinatnan ba? And lastly, ito yung mabigat, friends. Midlife is actually our check for authenticity. That's a very big word. Can you say that with me? Authenticity. Authenticity check. Nakikita natin yan sa jewelries, sa mga designers. Authenticity check. It's not counterfeit. This is the stage, allow me to use that word, na wala na tayong pakyut at wala na tayong eme-eme. Really, in midlife, this is where you filter your true friends. That not all the friends that you thought you will be friends forever would go deep with you in the difficulties of life, in your pain, in your anguish. And mind you, we find new friends in midlife that are more they resonate more to our soul, and then they can support our soul better. And then midlife, this stage is also where we become authentic because we learn to choose, 'di ba? Friends, hindi lang friends, mga bagay. Mga bagay, pagkain, lifestyle, lahat. Kaya kung nung 20s kayo, yun pa rin yung choice nyo until now, I challenge you. We need to evolve. We need to evolve in the choice that we make. We cannot have the same haircut all the time. We cannot have the same kasi ganito rin nakagawian ko eh. Hindi na yung same mindset na iyon pa rin. Ito yung be authentic. We have to be, we learn to be authentic. We learn to choose what is more about us and not about what pleases other people. I think yun yung pinaka-critical dito. In being authentic, we learn to choose us. And sometimes we need to close our eyes and have a stronger gut so that we can just, dead ma what we will encounter from others, the possible comments that other people may say, because we need to see the more essential for us. And how will it resonate to our kids? We need to really appreciate who we are, because when our kids feel that this is really mom, she loves herself, she loves her worth, it's easy for us to relate to our kids as another person, as an adult, as his or her own person. I would like to use this word. We will relate to our kids as his or her own person, that he or she is a person unfolding, while we ourselves, the parents, the mothers, we are a person becoming becoming the authentic us. Sorry to say, but life has dictated so many things. Can you relate with me here? There's the voice of your in-laws, there's the voice of society, there's the voice of social media, there's a voice of so many things. Yeah, yes, Inahusay, you said that. Para bang what others think of me is none of my business. Yes, because we need to be, it's not that makakasakit tayo, but we need to be true to what will resonate to our soul. If we need to rest, we rest. If we need to let go of this, kung kailangan natin mag-tough love to some people that are toxic to us, and then let's implement tough love. And because in that case also, if we are true to who we are, and we're no longer clingy to our kids. You know what I mean? Clingy, oh, wala kang activity kay mommy. Pwede bang gawin ko to? If we find who we are already in midlife, the authentic us, without our kids, it's easy for us to be objective in understanding them. Na kung ano yung ginagawa nila at pag nagka-problema sila as a teenager, it's no longer about us. Kasi sometimes I realize when the kids are younger and they go into tantrum and then they had the problem, it's always becomes na ano bang nagawa kong mali bilang magulang. But here, this is the stage that I did my part. I did my best. I've exerted enough. I've given my all to my kids. And whatever they do when they're already in teenagers, maybe it's a product of their choice. It's a product of my influence, but it's not directly about me. You know what I mean? Ang hirap nun, friends. Kasi ang nakita ko, maraming parents bumabaksak um, because they're questing for their authentic selves at feeling nila kaya sila may issue. It's because their kids want them so much that I cannot pursue what I want because I gave you my all. um, we love our family, we love our kids. But if our battle cry is that I give my kids my all, tapos ganito lang yung gagawin niyo sa akin, you're disrespecting me, it becomes us. It's not allowing our kids to grow. Hindi ko alam kung meron pang sense tong sinasabi ko. But we can be an authentic friend, an authentic authority, an authentic coach, mentor, counselor to our kids. If we have that level of who we are, we already encompassed our authentic self. Hindi ito perfect, pero isa siyang proseso. Isa siyang napakalalim na proseso, friends. And we've learned to choose that hindi lahat ng battles pinapatulan. Not all rules when our kids are younger is the same rules that applies now. Not all activities that we do when the kids are younger we do now. Not all the things that works for us in the pre-pandemic will work for us now. Yes, it really requires paradigm shifts because imagine this is the for me the way to support our kids who are becoming who they are, because we are also becoming our best self, our best person, our most authentic self. Am I making sense? May sense ba tong sinabi ko? So friends, ito ang pinakamaganda kong i-offer sa inyo. You just might have questions about midlife and mothering. You just might have some things that you would like to ask. Please put that here in the chat. Leave it here in the chat so I can answer it on Thursday. Or if the question is too personal, I invite you, please send it to me through the email. Send it to me through the email portion of this Facebook page. Yes, if you have questions that you're not comfortable to put here, but you would like to be answered, I would like you and I encourage you to put that here at the comment section, or send it to me through the message here at my Facebook page, Michelle Alignay. So there you go, friends. What are my last words? It's not going to be easy. We can only have our authentic self, and we can only embrace our midlife self if there is acknowledgement of our worth, acknowledgement of our gifts, acknowledgement of our authenticity. That's why in my book, The Beauty of 40, Unwrapping the Gift of Midlife, the three parts there, it's actually our self awareness, self worth, and self care. How all of this put together will support and will help to be that authentic person. And there you go. I hope that this is helpful for you, mothers, the mothers who are here in midlife. Thank you for joining me. Salamat for all of you who are here this afternoon. I am cheering you on, and let's cheer each other as we go through this that when we as we navigate this age, dahil hindi siya basta-basta lang. It needs midlife needs a lot of soul work, and it needs a lot of insight. It needs a lot of the real self to come out. So I think our kids will really appreciate a mom who don't fake it till she make it. Our kids will embrace the more authentic mom so that we can help them to be the best version of themselves as well. So this is Dr. Michelle Alignay. This is Motherhood and Midlife. I hope to hear your questions. And if you've learned something this afternoon, please put that in the comment section. And please share this to family and friends who might need it, who might need this inspiration. It's either via Facebook, via YouTube or via Spotify. And more importantly, if you would like to continue supporting the work that I do here at Coffee Break, I am more than blessed to receive your digital gifts through the star section. You just press that star in the comments, in the comment section of your Facebook, to be able to send digital stars to me. Maraming salamat po, mga kaibigan. I hope to see you again next Thursday for another session of Coffee Break with Dr. Michelle. God bless you.